England and France, 3-0 to the Lionesses on a cold, windy, rainy day in the Ohio capital. Start of the second half. And it looked at times like relative ease for England. Duggan in the 7th, Scott of the 28th, Taylor in the 39th. In the first competitive match on the direction of Phil Neville. And now England will head into the wind. And we'll see what type of response the defending champs have. 41-year-old from Manchester. Talking with Casey Stoney. An English legend in her own right. 4th all-time in games played. And what adjustments are on the docket for Corinne Diacre. She took over in late August. Jodie Taylor, who won the Golden Boot when she played with the Washington Spirit back in 2014, 11 goals. She added the 3rd. She also hit the crossbar. Coming off a marvelous season. And the attacking players around her have been on full display. It's 3-0 England, trying for their second win in the last 3 matches between these two. That first one after a 42-year drought last summer. McManus, the only sub to this point, and very sturdy in central defense with Millie Bright, since coming on for Anita Asante. This is her England debut. The hold-up play from Taylor on George. That post lob for Scott. Kirby! It continues! England rolling over Les Bleus. And the way Kirby's played, darn well deserved a goal here this afternoon. What touch. And then carved back by Scott. Around the young phenom Mbach, but there's no one home in the middle. And that's an easy finish for Kirby. 10th goal for Kirby. This is her 27th appearance. Scored for the spot, from the spot in their World Cup qualifying win over Kazakhstan back in November. But the 24-year-olds, who's played with Chelsea and Reading, gives England a quad. Henry. Well, the French had 2 setbacks in 2017, and a team they'll see later on over these next 6 days handed them their largest defeat, Germany, 4-0. That look says it all. From Corinne Diacre. Duggan. They played 7 friendlies in a row, including the initial one in 2018 before the start of this competition. England on the move again. Paris. Karshui. That's played out by McManus. Well, this group for England, suddenly the expectations will rise. They've scored a lot of goals, as mentioned a few times today in qualifying. It was just a 1-0 win in the Euros. This far more decisive. McManus. She's 25. Bronze. And now Bright. Stokes on a stop and go. And Parise. Will earn the throw off the deflection. Duggan chopped that down. Elegant turn by Scott, who's down on that near touch line. One of the four that has scored today. Another look as he was grabbing that ankle. FA Player of the Year in 2008. And 3 straight appearances. For the Team of the Year in the Super League. Manchester City, our current club. Manchester City, Chelsea. They went back and forth the last few years in English club football. And with that change in season to the calendar, there is no promotion relegation this year. Yellow card comes out as Henry got the worst of it. And Duggan is booked in minute 52. Losome off the restart. Duggan turning out of traffic. Mbach. Correction, Bright, who you saw on the screen, has the card. Duggan just disagreed. And this will go back to England, who left no doubt right out of halftime with the Kirby goal. Throw for bronze. That 42-year gap. 10 wins and 9 ties for France in that spell. And that last England victory before last summer in July was November of 1974. Stokes. And the flag up on Duggan. Le Sommet. There's no one there to answer the pass. They've tried that combination a few times with Sarr's run on the interior. And outside of that shot just wide by Robert, Bardsley has had it on easy street. Diallo to Diani, and that touch fails her. 2 goals in her 35 appearances. She's knocked in 4 this year for PSG. Kirby. Paris on the other end of it. Swap by Duggan. Bronze kept it in. Crafty move there. Saw the wind whip that out. But Scott reinstalls play. And then off the soft top, Benamur. But a good spell from England. Just watch that. Takes off in that jet stream. Bardsley grew up idolizing Peter Schmeichel. England keeper played 4 years at Cal State Fullerton. Nikita Paris been very dangerous on the day. Really that attacking 6. And it's been exciting to watch. On the long ball for Taylor. That'll bend out in Paris's direction. She chopped that down. And Mbach coming up with it near the end. Duggan spent the last 4 seasons at Manchester City before joining Barcelona. And her counterpart on the right side, Paris, currently starring there now. Walsh trying to close that down. Karshawi. Around an injured teammate. Play roams on. And everyone on the French bench was saying, put it out. They continued to play on, and now the stoppage with just over 30 minutes remaining. In a lot of pain. It looks to be Robert, making just her second appearance. Another look at it. She's tied up with bronze and landed awkwardly. Had a fantastic U20 World Cup in Canada back in 2014. 3 goals. She's had the best scoring chance here in this first match of the SheBelieves Cup. And a tough beginning defending the title for France through an hour.
England substitution leaving the game.
England will make their second substitution.
By number 19,
Melissa Lawley will come on. And Akita Paris created more than enough danger on the day. That fantastic pass to Taylor for the 3rd goal. And Lawley makes just her 4th appearance. She scored back in November, which was the World Cup qualifier against Kazakhstan. 23 from Kidderminster in the West Midlands. And so with Robert not looking like she will continue, Gatentine, who's had a fantastic career in her own right, will come on. First time she's been called into the side since the Euros. She played as a sub against Switzerland.
2 substitutions for France leaving the game. Number 14,
Vivian Assayé also
replaced by number 12.
making her arrival for France.
Also substitution leaving the game.
And making her 20th appearance.
Diani replaced by number 18.
Tine with cap 142. She comes on here with 30 minutes remaining. One of the bright up-and-comers, Robert. I hope it's nothing serious. Duggan trying to run off that hold-up play of Taylor. Assayé, who had the game-winning goal the last time these two played in a friendly. That was back in October. Duggan. That ball was out. Henry. That'll be an England throw. Here's the French captain, Kirby. Trying to get out of traffic. Assayé brings her down. McManus had Tine bring that down off the deflection. La Sommet led her just a bit too far. Those two have such a great synergy. And they have combined for 114 goals in their France careers. But a long road back with the way the first half went for France in this one, and then the early goal conceded. To start the second half, France will take on the United States. That's a noon kick coming up on March 4th. That's in Harrison, which has been one of the consistent sites in the SheBelieves Cup from year to year. They'll wrap it up with Germany and Orlando on March 7th. Germany awaits for England coming up on the weekend in this round-robin format. Scott. And now Lawley. Diallo. Nothing there. Bright looking long for Stokes. What a move around Parise. Stokes! Had Taylor on the front door. She was looking at a tap in. Stokes so smooth. As England looking to continue the route. Duggan coming off the right. Her 20th goal. Opening the scoring in the 7th minute. Flew separate from the team earlier in the week, coming from Barcelona. She scored 12 goals in all competitions with her new club. McManus. That'll hang up in that breeze. Wind's now around 23 miles an hour. Kirby doesn't much care. She'll play it on the ground. Sarr. And now out of steam. Again, forging into the final third. It's been spotty for France. Phil Neville was not shy in talking about, despite the #3 ranking in the world, coming out of their comfort zone a little bit, challenging the group he's assembled. Try and get them to take their game to new heights. And they have put that on display in his coaching debut. 20 minutes remain. George. Kirby and Duggan do well to take away that pass from Diallo. With those swirling winds comes the rain again. Scott. Lawley has runners. Duggan. Got a touch off the instep. And then Stokes commits the foul. Two more substitutions upcoming for England.
Two substitutions for England, leaving the game number 10.
Quite impressive today from Fran Kirby, and rewarded with the fourth goal.
And number 18, Ellen White.
Excellent setting the tempo in the attack of the first half. And Izzy Christensen from Manchester City will come on. You see Duggan sit. So two of the four goal scorers earn their praise as they're done for the day. And Ellen White. Those two dangerous in their own right. And White comes on only with 24 goals and now her 70th appearance. Christensen her 22nd. Bardsley. Bronze. Tine run off the ball. And Taylor trying to till that line, but is offside. England enjoying themselves with quite the comprehensive performance. Parise. On the return from Tine. And France will go to the bench. Valerie Gauvin
Substitution for France
will come on for Oulimata Sarr.
Oulimata Sarr, replaced by number 13, Valerie Gauvin. Substitution
Gauvin.
4th minute.
Grew up in Réunion off the island of Madagascar. Comes on for the 6th time. And nestled inside the penalty area. Got a good look as it went wide. Flurries and sleet in the mix now in Columbus, as England has been storming down on France all afternoon long, in full control. Assay. And White lost it going the other way. Henry trying to leak that inside. Been a very solid, sturdy performance for Kara Walsh in the middle. She shined in training these last couple of sessions. And just her second cap, she's been very good in front of that back four. White has been very good for a while. Six goals this season with Birmingham City. Quite a bit of pace to Lawley. She can fly. And she's made a few of those runs now, the right side. Leaves for an empty cross. Benamir. We'll send Perisset the other way. Inside the final quarter hour here in this opening match in Central Ohio. The United States and Germany in the nightcap. Mbach, as several of her teammates on that World Cup winning side, and the deflection fortuitous for Tine. Ending the French misery on the scoreboard as it's 4-1. You play long enough, you'll get a goal like this. Going off the back of Bright, and nothing Bardsley could do about it. Ethan Tine with her 56th goal for France. This is her first action since last July. She hadn't scored since May of 2015. Had 2 goals against Finland. So a welcome return, even with a little luck mixed in. Two-time Player of the Year in France. Gauvin has provided some danger since coming on just a few minutes ago. And her size acting as a threat on the Henry ball. It's a corner. Should note, goal differential does come into play in a tie-breaking situation. Karshawi. So France can feel a little bit better. Despite not having the final conviction, if they can close the gap a little bit. Henry. Gauvin. Now getting Taylor in stride. White trying to angle that to Taylor. And ran into her teammate there, Lawley, who's down. And Henri pushing the pace. 10 minutes remain, and France looking for a second. And it goes to Bardsley. Lawley is still down. Now the speed for the winger from the West Midlands. And collides in to her teammate White. She'll try and run it off. Henri. Diallo. Good work to get to the byline by Asai. But sailed it over. Later tonight on ESPN2 at 7, the United States arriving here on the State Fairgrounds here in Columbus and Mafre Stadium. Carly Lloyd and company, Jill Ellis will have her team, number 1 in the world, ready to go against number 2, Germany. Taylor. Well, her hold-up play is simple but spot on. Had the march going forward. But now France. Back to create. Le Sommet to Tine. Perisset's overlap. Away from McManus. The leak out to Lawley. And Perisset intervenes. Up to 6 substitutions here in the SheBelieves Cup. And with that, some new time in net. Carly Telford will come on for Karen Bardsley.
Substitution in the 83rd minute.
Who leaves with her team up 3 goals and earning cap number 72. Telford makes her 9th appearance. Hasn't played since last July. 14 minutes against Denmark in Copenhagen. And on to kill the game off. Minute 83. Karshui. White forming a roadblock. Now, there were plenty of critics around that Phil Neville hire. But they can't have anything but praise after this first performance in charge. And the way his team has played. With 3-0 at halftime. 4-0 not 2 minutes into the second half. As the snow flurries pick up, France adding one late. Frustrating day for Le Sommet, whose next goal will put her in a tie for second in Les Blue Annals. Tiné's goal for France in the 77th. Telford, who's in her second spell with Chelsea. But actually had her best season with now defunct Notts County in 15. Sending that away. And again, Gauvin looking for that ball from Tiné. As we come up on the final 5 minutes. Taylor is offside. Gauvin. Perese. Diallo. Tiné. And Henri. Whether she's used to seeing or was the last couple of years in the Pacific Northwest with Portland coming on late and scuffing it wide. Stokes will leave for England. Fullbacks very effective today. Alex Greenwood replaces her. Makes her 27th appearance for England. Sunday, a doubleheader in this 2018 SheBelieves Cup. Noon Eastern on ESPN2. The United States back in action, and they'll take on this French team at Red Bull Arena in Harrison. And then England and Germany starting at 2:50 Eastern on ESPN3. Both matches streaming live on the ESPN app. This is Greenwood, 7-year pro. Plays for her hometown team of Liverpool. La Sommet. Always on the move. And forcing a corner. That's off of Bronze. In it goes. McManus. Good-looking debut for the young center back. With the performance of the team as a whole, they can all pat themselves on the back today. There's Scott sniffing it out. And Eugenie Lansomer hasn't had a lot of clean looks. Well, that's a credit to the England defense. Final minute of the 90, total 2 added, coming here in the opener in Columbus. All the way out, Benhammer. Well, extremely dangerous going into white. Phil Neville quite upset, as is the rest of the England bench. You see Izzy Christensen giving the thumbs up, saying she's okay. Benhammer renegading into that.
The referee has added 2 minutes of stoppage time to the
2 minutes of stoppage time here in the second half. Be England's second win in this SheBelieves Cup. They beat the United States last year. Finished third in each of the competitions. And the third-ranked team in the world going to feel mighty fine after this performance. One of what he hopes will be many wins on the national stage. They've played a flawless World Cup qualifying campaign so far. And would love to add a tournament trophy to their resume. Karchoui. As the throw. Tine. Her added depth of distribution has helped France since she's come on. Asai has that sail away. And the whistle has arrived. The first win in 42 years for England over France was oh so sweet. The second in 3 meetings, a sledgehammer. What a debut under Phil Neville. And quite the way to commence the SheBelieves Cup here in 2018. England 4, France 1. And a 3-goal first half led by Duggan, Scott, and Taylor. Kirby for good tidings in the 46th. Tine put France on the board in the 77th. England 4, France 1. Both teams back in action on Sunday. Coming up tonight, the United States takes on Germany at 7 Eastern on ESPN2. For our entire crew, thank you for joining us. I'm Neil Sika. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Our final score from Columbus, England 4, France 1. Good night.